Hi, I'm Alex from Heroic Journey, and today I'm going to talk about another homage character. Although it seems like a theme at the beginning, it really isn't. I'm just bringing up the characters that have really been completed, and they give me a little bit of time to think about other concepts and things, as well as sort of give baseline builds for things. Although I mentioned that the build it yourself faster the hero system makes all sorts of things possible, it's somewhat of a quantum state for other games, though, in that in many cases it exists not really unless the GMs win. So, how powers and abilities are interpreted sometimes can increase or decrease a character's efficiency. In addition, this character I'm going to talk about uh, is based upon basically a write up for the character. It's another source, different locale, an idea to develop. And when I first read about the character, I'm like, oh, okay, all right, yeah, I can see interesting ways to interact with this character, put him in a V&V universe. Excellent. The character's name is Sun Girl. Her secret identity is Mary Mitchell. And much credit for the builds to be given to the link below or attached on my blog. For this design, this incarnation is a way to present an homage to a fallen character in the form of Sun Girl, because she's essentially been downgraded. No longer a superhero in her own right, more like the secretary to another hero. I'm not particularly happy with those choices, but she has a really interesting set of powers and personality that I think, along with the quotes, makes her her own character, and this is designed to bring that out so that way maybe people will see her as a more valuable person. She has 7 powers, one of which is her Sunbeam Ray. It's a light control device. It's used to generate intense light from its power source, providing 20 charges, and control the wavelength of light, just like any other light control power in V&V. She can use it for an attack. She can use it to, you know, fight other darknesses, look around, flashlight to search a room with, things like that. She can use also to blind people, like various other people. You could probably use her as sort of a Blue Beetle character, as a female inventor type from the classic one, not the current one. Other options, she has an emergency pouch, which is a special weapon device. She has a portable electronic tracer in there. She's got things like a mid-grade utility belt would be a good way to describe it. Her inventing percentage chance per encounter of having appropriate item for the job at hand. So it's not 100% reliable. She's pretty smart though, so it's not going to be impossible. But she might have the right trick on hand to get out of a particular trap. She also has a sprinter, speed bonus. She basically has the ability to move really quickly in order to get out of the way or to danger faster. She's an expert in acrobat, jujitsu, and judo. One of the other things that was brought out by that character right up. I attached that to natural weaponry, natural fit there. +2 to accuracy, +4 to damage in hand to hand. She may perform many acrobatic stunts with only a 10% failure rate at most. Sort of the special ability tied in there. She also has the character throughout her comic appearances had several descriptive factors that are sort of unwieldy in some ways in their presentation, but can be combined to make something interesting. One of the quotes about her is that she's the nation's most popular personality. So I gave her heightened charisma A. Makes sense. It's tied into her previous activities, so it makes her feel like a more experienced character. She's an international phenomenon, and her actions are avidly listened to in the international community, which might be part of the reason why she's not as popular in Marvel Comics, because maybe she, in the fictional world, has a popularity outside of New York City, which seems to be a focus for a lot of the characters. She also has friends in the scientific community. That's attached to the pet power, which doesn't work. There isn't necessarily an allies power, which is something I've sort of modified in my own version of V&V. Rolled in the ability to create constructs and automatons and pet and other things, to where it gives you characters a broader variety of things they can do. Sun Girl in this case has knowledge of, an active interest in, and frequent contact with other members of the scientific community. As such, she may ask them for help in various matters, and most of her contacts, though they consider her a bright girl who is something of a teacher's pet. Again, tying it right back into the name concept, but expanding upon that concept in such a huge degree that it makes her less of a problem from the female point of view, I hope, and sort of puts the problem back on the other people. She uses that to her advantage, basically. She has a secret origin, which, typed in as heightened expertise. It treats her as 4 levels higher than her current level would indicate, and that's a different change than the mechanics given for V&V 2nd Edition, but I like it. It's a fun way to make the character more interesting and not unbalance the campaign experience-wise. She also has low self-control. This is what I call secret love. She's in love with the Human Torch. As such, she will sacrifice not only her life, but her origin and most of her adventures, merely to keep his fame and character alive. Is there anything she wouldn't sacrifice for him? Maybe not. Maybe that's the reason why she's been forgotten to history. Rather than desiring to be she'd rather be an ordinary secretary for the Human Torch than a superheroine. For some people, it may be uncomfortable, and it's maybe not the best expression of her character, and it may not be the most heroic expression of her character. But true love makes us do things, and sometimes that can be painful, sometimes it can be pleasant, but it makes us interesting. Well, that's really all I want to talk to about her at this point. The full write-up's on my blog. Pardon me. Something I've been struggling with for a while. But the whole thing should be visible on my blog. And I'm Alex from Heroic Turning, and I just want you to be the best player you can be.